Alright. Close all these extra tabs I have open. Should be good to go. So today's Wednesday, so we'll be playing some Black-White Eldrazi taxes per the norm. Still messing around with Lingering Souls. I do think the Lingering Souls are pretty powerful. I still am missing the 4th Dahlia, but the two cards just don't get along. I think, though, if Stoneforge were to get unbanned, I would probably do something like cut 4 Arbiters, 3 Souls, for 4 Stoneforges and 3 Equipment, and then somehow get the 4th Dahlia back in the deck. I don't know what I would shave. Maybe go down to 22 lands, since Stoneforge is not nearly as mana-intensive as stuff like Lingering Souls is. Although, 22 lands means that you're probably not going to hardcast Batterskull. So maybe not. Maybe cut like a Tide Hollow Sculler or a Thought-Knot Seer or something. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at lists right now, kind of think about it some more. But anyway, Stoneforge is not unbanned, so we will continue just playing normal lists. Competitive Modern Leagues. Get in there and strangle some fools. What is this? Why did... Weird. Got a comment left on one of my... left on my current video, I guess? I didn't even know you could leave comments on things that we're currently playing. Anyhow, we won the die roll. This hand has Aether Vial into Skull into Arbiter Ghost Quarter, or something along those lines. So yeah, this hand's great. Aishinaz, are you in the chat right now? You are in the chat. Either I'll pass, we can Cave Sculler them. Alright, so probably Hollow One, could be Pyro. Yeah, Hollow One. But I'm gonna turn one Hollow. Yep. That's pretty obnoxious. Because you left a comment on my video. It says, asking if my previous titles were witty, which some of them are. Not typically, but you know. Occasionally. I think we actually play Thalia here just to delay them casting more spells. I don't think Tide Hollowing them this turn is super important. They already have this dang Hollow One in play. Prevents them from like Goblin Loring. Next turn we can Arbiter Ghost Quarter and Violinut Scholar. The issue is beating this Hollow One that's currently in play. Still no. I should have put still no cat. That's true. The cat got delayed even further. I have to wait till like next week to get the cat back because it chewed through her sutures, and got her wound infected. Dumb cat. Opponent casts like 2-mana Bolt, maybe? 2-mana Looting? They can't Angler me. Okay, yeah, I guess they could just get Phoenix back and attack me for 6. She is dumb, though. She's a very dumb cat. tick this up. We need to draw something to beat these guys is the issue. I might just double block a trade with this hollow one, depending on how this Sculler goes. Is attacking worth it? Probably not. Fends off this Bloodghast. I just need to not take damage. My opponent has Looting, Lore, Tassiger with... Why do they have a Smoldering Marsh in their deck? That seems really bad. They just, like, couldn't afford more Blood Crypts or what? I guess I take this Tassiger. My opponent could play fetch a basic swamp, or a Blood Crypt. And they'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They'd have more than one. Yeah. So now if I want to double block, I have to trade off the Thalia, which means this Bloodghast gets to start beating my face in. Please fetch. Nice. Well, Leon Arbor's done his job. I'm definitely happy trading it off. If I trade off the Thalia, I'm going to 12. I need to find something that blocks this Bloodghast. It does unlock my opponent... If I block this Thalia, it does unlock my opponent casting their spells. My opponent no longer has a black mana for the next 2 turns. If I give them their Tassiger back. Could just try to draw something. If I draw like Flicker Wisp, or Eldrazi Displacer, or Thought-Knot Seer, or Wasteland Strangler. Yeah, Strangler would be good. Or Lingering Soul. Lingering Soul is actually bad if I still have this Thalia in play, but... Maybe we just have to take it. Because most of my cards are important right now. We have a lot of draws that put us back in this game. I think Wasteland Strangler would probably be the best. Well, land's definitely not the best. We're going to attack with Sculler. I think I'm chump blocking this hollow one or trading with it next turn. Again, we just wanted to draw any 3 or 4 drop in my deck at this point. If I trade off the Thalia here, my opponent can Faithless Looting. If I chump block... Ooh, opponent attacks with Bloodghast? Alright, now I think I'm chump blocking, especially because they played their land pre-combat here. I think I'm just going to chump block Hollow One now and just kill this Bloodghast. Again, 3 drops or 4 drops, not land. Now we need to trade off, or now we just need to chump block with this Thalia. Sure, 2 mana looting. I need to block here. I don't know why they cast looting right now. Because I need to chump with this Thalia? I guess if they had Bloodghast or Flame Wakes in hand. If they shock in the Stomping Ground, it's just lethal, right? Because they could bring back the other Flame Wake and just kill me. I mean, I'm still pretty dead here. Yeah, not being able to draw another spell after I drew, what, a Thalia and 5 or so lands? Maybe 4 lands? I was on the play, right? Yeah. That did not work out well. Top decked way too many lands to be in that game. If I think, yeah, any 3 or 4 drop puts me in that game pretty easily. But this is Black Widow Eldrazi, not lands. We try. Sometimes we have to play like a bad lands deck. It happens. Yeah, Thought Knot's great because I could just trade the hollow one, take out what's the card? Faithless Looting out of their hand or whatever. I still do have to deal with the stupid bird, stupid Phoenix though. I would need to draw Lingering Souls or an Eldrazi Displacer or something to deal with that. Wasteland Strangler. Anyhow. Maybe board in this Lingering Souls? I'm not sure. Probably Zealous and Pontiff are pretty bad. Unless they're on the Souls version, which I have no reason to believe my opponent was. What do I cut? Arbiters. Shave down Thought Knots and Wisps, I think. Wisps are really awkward. They don't trade with anything particularly well. They trade with the 2/2s, I guess, but so does Lingering Souls, and Lingering Souls trades with 2 Phoenixes total. Strangler is decent. Combos with Scholar. Combos with Path. I think this is probably fine. I'm on the play. Does that change anything? Thought Knot is better on the play than on the draw. Because they can really empty out their hand fast. Could see cutting like more of the Wisps. Probably just run it like this though. Would like to play first. Double Fatal Push and nothing else castable. My opponent has an early hollow one. We die not close. If my opponent leans on the 1/2 Menace guy that I can never remember the name of, they're probably just dead this hand. I might keep with a dual land. I don't think I'm supposed to keep with Basic Swamp. We're just so far from casting. Could cast Lingering Souls. Probably doesn't. Yeah, I think we should just ship this hand. Yeah, this hand's much better. We have Path, which actually answers a 4/4. We have Aether Vial, which is always the best card in your opener. Do I want to Gonti when I have 2 lands? Kind of. So it's my turn. Aether Vial into Scholar, maybe Path Exile. Take this vial up to 3, Flicker Wisp. Gonti's really good in this matchup. Being able to trade with anything, and also just getting a card off your opponent's deck, which is hopefully either a removal spell or like a Delve Threat or something. Big, dumb, and grindy. I'm gonna keep this. We have this Aether Vial that we can take up to 4 if we really need to. Definitely could be wrong on that keep, though. So my opponent doesn't. Oh, my Fatal Push would be good here. But Flame-Bladed Adept is easily the least scary of their super aggressive cards. Let's just Scholar my opponent. Can always Path this next turn if I want to. Opponent has another Flame Blade. Man, my mono Fatal Push hands would have been really good against this opponent. I can cycle a Street Wraith, make that thing a 2/2. And just like beam me through these Flame Wakes. Do I take the Tasigur? I probably take the Tasigur. I have to burn this Path on something in their hand. Yeah, Tazigur's just the scariest card here. Even if they can't cast it reasonably soon, it's just the hardest card for me to beat. I probably am just going to burn a Path on like a Flamewake Phoenix. Opponent like Street Wraiths into Land Goblin Lore or something. We take 1 billion damage. Yep. Ooh, Burning Inquiry. I pitched the Gonti, a Settle, and a Thalia? Lingering Souls is good against Flame Blades. They pitched Hollow one, Mountain Gurmag. Drew another Street Wraith. They didn't pitch either of their Flame Wings. So good for me. We are taking a billion, though. Dope, alright. Goodbye, what Lingering Souls. I guess I can flash that back now. Or I just cast this Thought Knot. What did they pitch this time? Adept. Looting Swamps. They still have 2 Flame Wings in their hand? Jeez. We are taking like 9,000 damage here, which is very bad. But... so everyone has Flame Wake something in their hand. I think I just play Thought Knot, honestly. I need to stifle these Flame Wakes. I can beat one with the Thought Knot. They likely can't punch me for a whole bunch here. Yeah, they have literally Flame Wake, land. I can't really beat a Tastiger, so am I blocking this? If they draw... They could technically flashback Looting, but then they'll hit me for 3. I go to 7, and then I just have 2 Flicker Wisps on this Vial. I think we're attacking here. Because I'm pretty sure I'm not blocking. I can also threaten Violon, too. To double block this, if I have, like, a Thalia, it just gets eaten. They drew a Looting. Alright. Let's hope they don't Looting into, like, Goblin Lore, and we just take a zillion damage. They might be able to get back this Phoenix, though. Yeah, they pitched the other Phoenix. Did they? No, they both stayed mired. They can, like, Goblin Lore with as the last card in their hand. That's, like, almost lethal, right? Oh, my god. Immediate punish. At least they can't actually get back this bird. We just take, like, 6 here, go to 4, but now they don't have anything. We have Flicker Wisps to deal with the Flameblade Adept. We should be fine. We can race them. They're taking 6 next turn. I'm not going to cast a Flicker Wisp here, because that puts me to 3, which puts me in bolt range. So even if my opponent tries to, like, flashback Looting, play land, somehow get this thing to 4 power, buy back a Flame Wake or something, I can just flicker it. Yeah, this resolves. Yeah, if they're, like, Faithless Looting to Street Wraith, we still have lethal. Or, we still can flicker it and then lethal them. Hollow one. Cool. They're just dead, right? Yeah, they have no cards in hand. If they attack, we just take it. If they don't attack, we just flicker, lethal. I guess I should have flashback Souls that turn. I'm dumb. I just kind of forgot it was in my graveyard. I definitely should have flashback Souls there to not randomly die to something. I can't think of what I would have died to that Souls would have saved me from, honestly, but there was absolutely no reason to not flashback the Souls there. I wasn't really thinking. Kind of just forgot it was in my graveyard after the one turn that I thought about flashing it back. But yeah, that was likely very wrong. Alright, so Flicker Wisp and Thought Knot are coming in really good there, even though I boarded out 2 of each of them. Tide Hollow's still kind of one of my very important turn 2 plays. Strangler eats the 1/2s and combos with Scholar Path. Eldrazi Displacer is still probably like the best card in my deck. I could see bringing back in Flicker Wisps and just cutting Thought Knot completely on the draw. Like, just bringing in these 2 Wisps. Because Wisp on Vial is just really good at fogging their big threats. It does also synergize with Strangler if we can get there. I think I'm kind of down for that. Cutting all the Thought Nuts mean we're down on Hollow 1 answers, but we do have 4 paths, 1 Relic Order, a Gonti, 2 Settles. Lingering Souls chump blocks it for like 900 turns. I think I'm fine with that. Thought Nut can be really bad on the draw against this deck. It just lights their whole hand on fire so fast. Alright, this hand's good. Displacer is, I think, one of the key cards in this matchup. If we can not get, like, nut drawn by them, you're just able to, like, tap down so much of their stuff. And we just have Vial and Push. If they have a, whatever it is. The 1-2. Flameblade Adept. And before Burning Inquiry, discard all my lands. The real question is, do I Vial or do I Fatal Push? The maximum damage this thing can deal with, to me, is like, what, looting, or I guess Inquiry, plus a bunch of Street Wraiths, technically, is the absolute worst, but if I Fatal Push, and then next turn I can just Displace her, and then I'm just, like, never getting this Vial online, it might be more worth it, though. Just weather all the damage early, just start casting Displacers. Getting this Vial online is super important, though. It helps you maximize mana for your Displacers. I get Burning Inquiry and I like lose this Fatal Push, though. I think I'm supposed to just Fatal Push this. Burning Inquiry could be disastrous for me. Wow, my immediate punish for not, Opponent just has a 1-2. I mean, do I just take 1 here? What are they going to do? What's better for me to Fatal Push this matchup, though? I'm going to take 1. They could have Grimlavomancer, which would be something I want to Fatal Push more. I don't think 1's super important. Opponent says nothing? I guess I Fatal Push this. Opponent has nothing. Maybe I just don't Fatal Push this? I can just land Aether Vial, leave up Fatal Push again. Develop this Vial anyway. Kind of get, like, super tempoed here by my own thought process, but since my opponent just did nothing on their turn 2, I'm not particularly scared. And I think my opponent has a Bolt or some very reactive card, and that's why they didn't cast anything. So I don't like just jamming, I don't just like Fatal Push jam Displacer. Because I feel like that just gets bolted and then they untap. They could just, like, Flame Wake Phoenix me here, which is totally fine. Now we'll just Fatal Push this Adept. Yeah, we're under not a lot of pressure here. Could Scholar them. I think Displacer's going to be more efficient, though. Scholar can come down with the Vial next turn, and it's the only thing I can put it on 2. I think, although Scholar could, like, snag a Bolt, but I have a backup Displacer, so I don't really care if this one dies. So I think we just run it out. And then the next Displacer we can protect with Scholar. Opponent attacks me, sure. We have plenty of answers to this Phoenix right now. I'm not super scared of dying to it. My opponent's hand seems to be really bad. Are they going to cast, like, a 4-mana Tassiger? Or Gurmag or something? Yeah. They don't even kill Displacer. Wow. I think I'm just... My game plan is just tap down this Angler now. Play Concealed Courtyard. I'm going to Violent Scholar now to try and take a Bolt out of their hand or something. I don't think they... If they had a Bolt, though, they would have just fired off the Bolt on the Displacer and then Gurmogged, right? Because it would just be free. 1-mana spells are free when you're casting Delve spells. But I don't think the extra, like, 1 card of info is worth it. Although I guess it's fine. I could also just double Scholar them or something. I don't think I'm going to do that. That line seems greedy, because this Angler would then hit me for 5. If they bolt this Displacer here, I just tap down their Angler in response. I don't really care if they have the bolt right now. I'd rather take... Opponent could just play a 4/4 this turn. The other issue being they could just play a Flamewake Phoenix. I think I honestly care more about this Flamewake Phoenix than I do this Hollow one. If they just cast it for 5. If I take Hollow one, they can shock this in and actually Flamewake plus Bloodcast me. I'm in for taking this Flamewake Phoenix. I'm a little bummed they played this Hollow one pre-combat. I mean, I'm bummed because it actually works out worse for me. It's smart if they're playing around what I'm thinking they're playing around. Because I was planning on blocking this Gurmag and flickering my own Tide Hollow instead. And just switching out the Flamewake for their Hollowed one. Ooh, Strangler is a little awkward with this Flamewake. Because then they can just get it back. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 6, so I have double blink now. I could actually Flicker Wisp out the Gurmag and just Strangler this Hollow one main phase. Or Strangler the Flamewake main phase. Not that it really matters. I can actually, hang on. We have 6 mana, so we can Violin Flicker Wisp on Gurmag. Cast Strangler for 3. Strangle the Hollow one using the Gurmag, and then Flicker the Strangler, Strangle the Hollow one again using the Flamewake, and then they just have Bloodghast in hand and a Flamewake in play, and a Flamewake in the graveyard. That seems pretty good. All right, I feel like I'm winning this game now. That was a pretty good turn. Opponent draws land. They are very, very dead. You have to attack with that Phoenix. Sure, deal. Oh wow, I just had exactly lethal too. I wasn't counting. That Strangler draw was really good. That one worked out well. Chuck that one down in the books. 20 games against Hollow one. 12 wins, 8 losses. 5 and 3 against Hollow one. Not great, not terrible. Played this Hollow one 8 times and Humans 6 times, and everything else is like 3 or less. Oh, welcome to Modern, I suppose. Let's go in for round 2. That Strangler was really, really good. I think even if I draw a blank there, if I just draw a land, what's my plan? I can hold down the fort reasonably well. I can like Flicker Wisp the Angler and like Displacer Flicker Wisp out their like huge fatties. I think I'm still in a favorable position at that point. Even if I just draw a blank. I'm taking like 2 a turn, and I can start attacking them with the Flicker Wisp. I can even start just like tapping down both their creatures with my Eldrazi Displacer, so I attack in with like everything. And then on their turn, I just tap down their big guys and just get hit by this this single, whatever, the Phoenix. My opponent kept a very weird hand game 3. If their actual plan was just turn 1, Flameblade Adept into turn 3 Phoenix. I would like to go first. Sand's fine. We have Vile into Path, Activator for the Strangler. Sand's actually really good if we're playing against something like humans. I guess I should leave it with Caves there, in case I draw Eldrazi Temple. I can play a turn 2 Displacer if I needed to. What on earth? I'm playing it's like in. Is there a... I guess Merfolk, right? There's like tropical Merfolk that exists. Tropical fish. No, the immediate punish! God. Feels bad, man. Can't just cast turn 2 Displacer here. It could also be like Bant Spirits. Does that deck play Aether Vial? No, they play Coco. Okay, so we'll figure out in a second. Yep, they're on Merfolk. They play a... Yep, I will probably just path this. Yeah, I'll path this. Don't really care about giving them a land here. Killing their lords is super important, and it exiles a card for our Strangler. Lets us just untap and play this Displacer, which is also good against them. God, nothing but punish. If I had just played the stupid Caves of Coilos turn 1, I'd be in a much more likable position. We do get to leave a Ghost Quarter here at least to turn off Spreading Seas from the opponent. My opponent can't really have... I guess Kira would be kind of annoying. It's like Curse Catcher, sure. Oh, Commander Speaker, that's a little bit better. Because that can attack into my Displacer if they have a Lord. I won't block if they just attack. I don't think Tropical plays Master of Waves. Kira. That's the card that I was kind of concerned about. Luckily, Strangler can pop the shield just by coming into play, and then I can, like, flicker it next turn. I can actually just kill his Kira, right? Violent Strangler, pop the bubble, and then Flicker Strangler, actually kill it. No attack. Wow. I'm gonna try to make the bluff. Oh, jeez. Embarrassment of riches here. Yeah, I'll attack. Even if my opponent didn't attack, but somehow does have the Lord. I guess they could actually have that, that stupid Harbinger of Tides here, so maybe I don't attack. Is the attack worth it? If they Harbinger me, in response, I can just Vile and Strangler, and then Flicker Strangler kill the Kira. The next turn I could... Oh, actually, wait, hang on. We have... Although, it's hard to get Strangler Wisp online until we pop this Kira. So I think we just do need to kill this Kira. So I'm just going to leave my Displacer in play. It's not worth it. If we get Strangler Wisp online, the opponent's just dead. This is a target of a spell or ability, right? Yeah. Yeah, my opponent's just super hosed. Because we'll get Strangler Wisp with Displacer, so we can just start flickering both of them and just crush my opponent. What do they have here? They did have a Lord? And they didn't attack with Kumena? Huh. We take a little bit on the chin here, and then Violent Strangler, target this. Flicker Strangler, kill it. And then untap, Wisp, like the Lord of Atlantis, strangle the Kumena Speaker, and then, like, this game just ends. Spreading Seas, my Eldrazi Temple. I could Ghost Quarter the Temple, deny them the card draw. What's up all the time? How's it going? Yeah, I think I like Ghost Quartering myself, just deny them the card draw. Unfortunately, it puts me off of double blink, but we're just gonna eat this Kira, because that's our plan this whole time. I would like to use Aether Vial's ability. Target Kira. Kira's ability counters the Strangler, so nothing gets exiled. Flicker the Strangler. Target the Kira. Eat it. Deny them the card draw. Now I can have 6. We still have colorless sources, even if they have like second Spreading Seas on this, we still have this Ghost Quarter. My opponent hits me for 3 here, sure. We have Violent Flicker Wisp into Flicker Strangler. Oh, we're just gonna kill both these lords, and my opponent's going to die a horrible death. GG, opponent. Opponent is super, super, super dead. I have the combo in play, and my opponent has a 2/2. Sure, I'll attack. I can just Flicker Wisp on end step, untap Strangler. I don't know why the opponent's still playing. They're so unbelievably dead. Yeah, alright. They found the line. I shouldn't be recording that. We still have another game. Sell the Wreckages are great. Relic Ward is surprisingly decent in this matchup. Hits Spreading Seas and Aether Vials. And Pontiff and Zealous are okay. Although I guess it's probably worse against Tropical, because they're probably down on Curse Catchers and stuff, because they're playing Kumenas. They still have like Silver Gills and stuff, and with the combination of Displacer or Flicker Wisp, Pontiff can be really good. We cut Arbiters and Thalias because they suck. Oh, duh, Fatal Pushes are the bomb. Probably cut a Souls. Souls is not really for this matchup, but it's better than Thalia or Arbiter, I would wager. It does block things if we don't have an island, which is pretty reasonable, because we have a lot of counters for their Spreading Seas. Well, I'd rather have a Gonti than a Souls. Gonti trades with anything, but I'm usually not dying by them just attacking and wanting to trade with my creatures. And Gonti doesn't really get me any value. because all their cards are just bad merfolk. I think I can just run like this. This matchup's pretty good. Play against merfolk twice, and I've 2-0'd it twice. And we're now up a game. This hand would be good with another, with like a concealed courtyard. This hand would be insane, but this hand is a mulligan without it. Alright, I think we can... This hand is loose, but we're on the draw on a mull to 6, and we have 2 kill spells. I think this is... And a settle wreckage if we get there. I think we can keep this on 6. And just never hit a second land and die, of course, but... I think it's better than going to 5 against the aggro deck. Land. Alright, we hit a land. We're getting there. Lord. I will Fatal Push the crap out of that Lord. Silvergill, revealing Kumen's Speaker. Might just Fatal Push this Kumen's Speaker now. Man, if I could just, like, top deck... If I knew Zealous Persecution was on the top of my deck, that would be so good. I think we'll take 2. Kind of want to start setting up to sell the wreckage or something if we can, and we can just path plus push. Ooh. Or just play the Sather Vial. And leave up this push again. My opponent is not casting anything. What is in their hand? What's their plan here? I'm gonna push this. Probably should have pushed it last turn. Cavern, naming Merfolk. Kumen's Speaker plus 2-drop or something. Yeah, just play the 2/2 for 2. Alright, if we can hit some running lands, this settle will be nuts. Not running lands. We'll probably have to path something. Wish I could path my own creature, honestly. It's looking not great. We could draw Eldrazi Temple to play Thought Knot. Be good. What is this? Lord? Sure, I'll path that. My opponent has plenty of lands in play. We have to like keep taking damage for all these bad spells. We're taking 6 here. My opponent have like a counter for this? Are they like... What is that? Unified Will, my Path to Exile? Wait, what? They just like fetch Shocked? Okay. Eldrazi Temple for Thought Knot would be great. Please. Eldrazi Temple for Thought Knot would be great. Please. Alright, it's better than nothing. It lets me play a Displacer, which puts me dead to a Lord. But... it's better than nothing. If I can top deck a land... No, I didn't mean to do that. If I could not die to a Lord here, and then also top deck a land, then we're in this game. I guess I block a Harbinger. I don't think it matters too much. Alright, come on, land. Untapped land. Please. Oh. Alright, we're alive. I think attacking's way too suspicious. I think we just sit on our heels, really try to get the settled wreckage to put them away. I think attacking with this Displacer is like super, super sketchy. Goodbye, all my opponent's attacking creatures. They get 4 lands. Do I Violence? I don't think I Violence Wisp. I need it to, like, Fog. I'm going to cast Thought-Knot this turn. I have another Mutavault. That's kind of scary. A Path to Exile. That's good. They have no cards in hand. This is just a 4/4. We're alive. We are currently alive. I'm just gonna Path to Exile this Lord of Atlantis right now. For mana efficiency's sake, if I draw a land, I'll have 6 mana for double Eldrazi Displacer activation. This clock is good without my Flicker Wisp, so we don't need it. We'll save the Flicker Wisp for emergencies. Are we getting there? We can beat a Vapor Snag. We have this Wisp. Natural State. I'll flicker their Mutavault. One life. Oh, man. Whew. I was definitely sweating bullets there. Jeez, 1 life against Merfolk. That settled the record was real good. The old 4-for-1. Oh, man. Whew. Really got him good. I think I've played against GGs before. Insane. It was definitely especially with our Mold 6 1-lander with Fatal Push, Path to Exile, getting paid off there. This hand's, we're on the play, so it's a little bit more awkward in terms of hitting land drops. I think it's good enough, though. We have both Thalia and Scholar to cast. It's like our first game without turn 1 Aether Vial. I guess besides that, the Mold 6 didn't have it, right? This is our first game 1, maybe. Bloodstained Mire. I think I'm okay playing Thalia into whatever Bloodstained Mire deck my opponent has. I feel like Mardu Pyro and they just have multiple bolts or something. Tidal doesn't do anything. We drew a 3rd land for... I guess playing Thalia prevents us from playing Souls next turn, but I don't particularly care about Souls right now. I think Thalia is the most likely to disrupt them from whatever they're trying to do here. Fetch. Okay, sure. Probably Pyro or Hollow One. I guess we'll see what's going on. We have a Scholar we can play here. I could play Scholar or Displacer. I think I'm down with playing Scholar just to really find out what my plan of attack is. It's probably Scholar, Godless Shrine. I can even Thought Knot the next turn. Okay, so they are... They are Hollow One. They also just... This Collector Brutality is a little annoying. They're gonna play land and Goblin Lore next turn, but Goblin Lore for 3. Them getting the hollow one down isn't super scary. I think I'd rather... So if I take the Goblin Lore, they can Collective Brutality for 3 mana for all modes. Take my Lingering Souls, kill my Thalia or my Tide Hollow, and discard like 2 Flame Wakes. But by then we can next turn Thought-Knot Seer them and take their hollow one, so their Flame Wakes don't matter anymore. Because this Collective Brutality only discards 2 cards, and the Goblin Lore costs, or the Collective Brutality will cost 3 mana, so they won't be able to hollow one me. And without the hollow one, it'd be harder for them to Flame Wake. I think I have to take this Goblin Lore, honestly. I let them kill one of my guys, but whatever. They drain me for 2 as well, and they take my Lingering Soul, but I flashback the other half. Yeah, we'll take the Goblin Lore. Play this Godless Shrine. Pass the turn. They go Black Cleave Brutality, all modes, pitching 2 Flame Wakes. If they draw, like, if their top deck was Street Wraith or something, then I'm really sad. Because then they get this hollow one into play, and they get the Flame Wakes in the yard. Which are both just very bad for me. But even then, I look okay against it. We have Displacer, we have Flashback the Souls. I think they're probably deciding on what to Brutality. I feel like it's the Tide Hollow. Oh, it's the Thalia, interesting. And they only discard 1 Flame Wake. So they didn't check for my Lingering Souls. So they use the Brutality. I guess they didn't think it was going to hit, and they'd rather have it in hand. Because they're not going to hollow one me very soon. I don't think it matters that much. We're just going to Thought-Knot them. Out of the way. They drew another Brutality. Interesting. Could just take this Brutality, right? I have a Strangler to, I guess, not really deal with the hollow one, but they can't play the hollow one without drawing some sort of spell. Brutality gets to kill my... Okay, so they drew Brutality, that's why they killed a Thalia, because now this turn they could Brutality into Goblin Lore or something. So if I take this, they just can't do anything. Their hollow one still costs like another mana to cast. Oh, they drew a Goblin Lore, that's not good. They pitched a hollow one, that is good. Oh, they have a different one. They pitched the Mountain as well. They can get a Flame Wake back. They still have 1 Flame Wake in hand. Arbiter Ghost Quarter doesn't do a lot. I could attack with the Tide Hollow. If they want to try and eat it, then they get their Goblin Lore back, but I also get to kill their Hollow one, and then I get to keep my Thought-Knot in play. If they trade Thought-Knot for Hollow one, I just Souls. Because their Flame Wakes are hard for us to get through Souls. They'd already be down 2 Hollow ones, so their Goblin Lores aren't that scary. I think I'm down for attacking with both. Because I already have the other Brutality. Yeah, let's attack with both here. Curious on what their block is. Alright, they take that block, sure. Strangler the Hollow one, getting rid of, or putting the Brutality back in their yard. Now they could play double Flame Wake, but I just have way more power, and the Flame Wakes have to attack. The worst case is if they have like a Delve Threat here, right? Which it looks like they do. Oh, nope, they're just Goblin Loring deal. They pitch the other Flame Wake. Burning Inquiry. Dang it, I didn't pitch a Souls. Unfortunate. But now we drew Path, which is very good. Do they have a Delve threat? Because now we have a Path to Exile for it. That's what it looks like. They drew a Gurmag. They can't get back their other Flame Wake, though. We path this, play Souls, or maybe Displacer? Not sure. This attack is for 7, putting them to 5. I think I just play Displacer. Make sure they die. Displacer has the ability to tap down if they have like another Hollow one or a Delve threat or something. I can tap it down and still attack in for lethal. Yeah, opponent's dead. Sweet. Getting game 1 against Hollow one's always a weight off of my chest. Because there are a lot of worlds where this deck just like luck sacks you into the ground. Like turn 1 Burning Inquiry, double Hollow one, you're just dead. Just hands that you're never gonna beat. So being able to take game 1 means that it's harder for them to luck sack you twice. I think I did this board plan last time. Yeah, I cut 4 Arbiters, double Thought Knot, double Wisp. Although I guess I am on the draw. Did I end up cutting all the Thought Knots for game 3? I think that's what I did, right? So maybe I'm supposed to just because I actually won game 1, I'm on the draw. So do this instead. Oh no, did I submit it in time? I think we're good. And then bringing back in some number of Thought Knots if we lose game 2. But I think Flicker Wisp is more important because it is able to stall. It's able to block what are Flame Wakes? Everything's like on fire in Hollow 1. Burning Inquiry, Flame Blade Adept, Flame Wake Phoenix. Sounds okay, not excellent. But we have Vial into like Vent into Soul Scholar or Displacer Scholar or something. And they put a mold to 6. I'm down for this hand. Opponent scries to the top. So scry to the top, fetch. Alright, solid. Burning Inquiry. Pitch all my lands. Ooh, the Lava Man. Kind of puts a damper on some of my plans. Lava Man's not super good against Lingering Souls, though. I don't lead with Caves here because I'm just not planning on Scholaring on 2 into the face of a Grim Lavamancer. Goblin Lore. Yep. Pitching. Flame Blade, Bolt, Brutality. I don't have a Hollow one, thank God. Ooh, second Vial. I can get behind this. Yeah, the Grim Lavamancer is kind of annoying here. It's definitely beatable with what I have going on. I can just Lingering Souls next turn. The Grim Lavamancer is not very good against that. It takes like 4 turns and 8 cards in their graveyard just to get rid of them all. And meanwhile, I can play Displacer and stuff, which is also immune to being Lavamancered. Is one gonna like Delve threat me? That's what it looks like. Oh, never mind. Oh, I guess so much for the Displacer plan. Let's draw some like Fatal Pushes or something. Double Grim Lavamancer is pretty obnoxious. Don't have a lot that can fight against these. Burning Inquiry. I think I'd rather just have random cards in my hand than this Tide Hollow Scholar, so I'm okay if it gets discarded. Dang it, I lost the Displacer, but I gained a Path. I kept the stupid Scholar. I lost a second Path, but this first Path is helpful, because I get to actually get rid of at least one of these Grim Lavamancers. Opponent has a very stocked graveyard, it's not worth putting in the Scholar until the coast is more clear. Settle. Not super great here. We'll see if they just shoot down both my spirits. Nope. If they fire off these Lavamancers on spirits, I think I'm gonna Path. Which I imagine they do, right? Are they just Lavamancering my face? I'm at 18, opponent. You're at 10. You're gonna die to my spirit tokens. I'm gonna Path one of these stupid things, but that seems very unnecessarily aggressive, opponent. I also have this Shambling Vent in play. They are a red player heart, seriously. They're just going in, not messing around. 10 life, 4/1/1 spirits in play, we'll be fine. We're Lavamancers with the face. Just get them. Yeah, Flame-Blooded up, deal. A 1/2. Four bolts. I'd be impressed if they quad bolted me, considering like 2 of them are in the yard. Is there one exiled? Yeah, one's exiled, and they have 0 cards in now. Opponent has like no more. They have a flash. They have 2 lootings they could flashback actually. Do I leave cards back to beat up this Flameblade Adept? No, I have a Settle the Wreckage. I'm just attacking him for 4. I'll Settle the Wreckage a single Flameblade Adept if I need to. If they're just like looting, land drop looting again. Alright, now they're going for my spirits. Smart. Title should have been swag for I mean, I did that. I kind of did that yesterday, right? I could just keep it as like Stoneforge waiting room for a while. Stoneforge waiting room, Brightling waiting room, waiting for everything to happen. What does my opponent play for 2 here? Okay, 3. Looting, deal. Oh, actually, this Flameblade Adept gets up to enough power to get these Phoenixes back if they discard another card, and then we really get them with the Settle the Wreckage. Hope they have like a Street Wraith. Dang, unlucky. So if I animate Shambling Vent, Violent Scholar, they can ping it down. But then I have 5, so I don't have lethal. But I basically have lethal. Because I can attack them down to 2. Brightling does the Strangler Protector. That's true. Strangler better than Brightling, confirmed. Alright, we're gonna Tide all of them. I'm gonna see if they Grim Lava Man it. Oh, they have a second Flameblade Adept. Alright, that ruins my plan of killing them. Yeah, we're just gonna Settle the Wreckage this. Actually, no, we're not. They have a second. They're gonna get back their second Flame Blade here. I want to keep the Settle the Wreckage for if they flashback looting, get another discard, and then like get back 2 Flame Blades and just murder my face. Oh geez, another Lingering Souls. That's very good. Imagine my opponent activates Lava Man on this Tide Hollow. Yep. I have 1, 2, 3. I have 6 mana here. So casting Souls puts the shield down, but I also will have 4 Lingering Souls in play, so I'm very unlikely to just die, even do a bunch of Flame... Yeah, we're just going to Souls twice. We just have Ultra Lethal in play. We can even stack block this Flame Blade if we need to. Yeah, even if they're looting into a Street Wraith, get back 2 Flame Blades, we're just not dead. They would need to looting into something that deals 1 damage to all my creatures, which hopefully is not in their deck. That would be a bummer. Yeah. Looting, make it a 5-power thing, they get back 1 Flame Blade, and then they just die. Or they get back 1 Flame Wake. Are they going to pay the mana? They do. Alright. Technically, I would die to land drop if I just let this happen. So we're just gonna... Oh wow, my opponent's just getting it with everybody. Yeah, and then they just concede. It's not even worth it. Sweet. Roasted. Beat 2 Grim Lavamancers. Because my opponent wasn't doing anything else that was scary. Alright. Giving them the business. Beat Hollow 1, Tropical Fish today. I think these are... Especially, Merfolk is definitely a matchup that this deck wants to play against. Hollow 1 is a little bit closer. I lost to Hollow 1 during that RPTQ I played in, right? Or not the RPTQ, what was it? Just a PTQ, right? That's how the Moto tournaments work. But I'm not even playing Rest in Peace in this sideboard right now. And Rest in Peace is such a good hate card against Hollow 1. Especially against Grim Lavamancers and such, but you don't even need it to pull off wins. Especially because Lingering Souls is surprisingly good in the matchup. We literally just... The only relevant cards we cast were the Lingering Souls and like a Path to Exile that game. We put in a Tide Hollow Scholar, which just was... The plan was to look at their hand and then die to the Grim Lavamancers, but... Ugh. I like Aether Vial hands. I don't think I like them this much. 5-land Path Vial. It's like very close to 6 lands. I think this hands them all. I would keep like 4-land Aether Vial Path, anything else. I might keep like 4-land Double Vial Path, but my opponent also mulligan, so I feel pretty comfortable. Ugh. I think this hand's actually just better. I'm gonna keep this on 6. I get Thoughtseize, I die horribly, I get a Scry and a draw, and then another draw before... So I get 3 looks at a second land to turn on this Arbiter and these paths, which are also just a good combo. Come on, White Source on the top, please. That is like the opposite of a White Source. And then my opponent just like Thoughtseizes me and I die. Oh, nice. Humans. Double Path is good against humans. It also means my Aether Vial gets to live. Ooh. A lot of good stuff going on here. Even if they freeboot me. I guess Meddling Mage is a bummer. This Leona Arbiter also sucks in this matchup. He's gonna cast like another... Oh no, this is just a Thalia or something. Deal. Better, a Painless Source. Holding up Path is better than playing Arbiter, because we have this Vial. Opponent gets to put a Hierarch here, sure. I think the only way I'm pathing a creature... If they activate this Vial, I'd think about pathing. If they cast Mantis Rider, I'm obviously definitely pathing. Lieutenant. That's fine. They don't have a 2. I think I'm supposed to path. Wow, attack with both? Interesting. I think I am supposed to path this Thalia. They only have 2 cards left in hand. So there's definitely a world where we actually just win with this Displacer. So that means we want to path this Lieutenant, because we want to keep them off of creatures with good ETBs. Because it's harder to tap those down. I could Ghost Quarter them, but I just don't think it's worth it. I think I would rather just... Because I could, like, Violent Arbiter, path this Lieutenant, Ghost Quarter them, but I think the Ghost Quarter doesn't do anything. I'd rather have... My lands are more important to me because of this Displacer, so I can just play Shambling Vent. Arbiter, path this Lieutenant. Although, no, the search doesn't matter. I can path this whenever I want. It does play around Resto, though, if I path now. But they only have the 1 plane, so the search doesn't matter. I think I do just want to kill this Lieutenant before... I don't want to die to something stupid. I've been blown up by Resto like exactly once, and I don't think those are particularly good reason to hold on to this path. What are they filing in here? A 2-drop, like Phantasmal Image? Copy Lieutenant. Alright, that's fine. It's good for this Displacer. This Displacer just gets to kill the Lieutenant. They do attack me for like 3, maybe 4. Maybe a lot more if they have a Mantis Rider, but... Two mana. Thalia, sure. Casting that makes me think they have another 2-drop, so I'm just going to take 4 here. Could Violence Arbiter try and block this Lieutenant, but it's pretty sketch. Now we'll pass. We can just kill this Lieutenant. We can also tap down this Noble to get the counters off of it. Take the Vial up to 3 now. Alright, only 1 card in hand. It's a Meddling Mage? Deal. Please be a Meddling Mage. Oh, they're just gonna have Vial in the Meddling Mage? Sure. Name whatever you want, opponent. Oh, it's a Mantis Rider. It's kind of annoying. I take a lot more damage here, that's for sure. My opponent probably just alphas me. We'd eat this Thalia, though. I guess they can't alpha me because I can literally just animate Shambling Vent and kill this Thalia. Alright, we just take 3 here. That's perfect. definitely have a shot at winning this. More land drops is good when I have a displacer in play. Now we just have to pass and hopefully try to take over this game. Meddling Mage isn't good because we have Vile on 3. More Mantis Riders is bad for me. I think that's mostly the only thing. More Mantis Riders and, like, Restoration Angel, obviously. Wow. That felt like an aggressive concession, but I'll take it. I guess if they, like, drew another land, they knew they were pretty dead. But, like, if they had just drawn, like, running Mantis Riders or something, some Thalia's Lieutenants mixed in, or, like, a Resto. I think they were still in that game. I don't think they were very much in that game, but more than nothing. Alright, we bring in this pile of cards, and then I don't think Lingering Souls is worth it. We cut all of our bad 2s. And probably, like, board out a Souls. It's either that or board out a Thought Knot. Thought Knot's probably good on the play. None of these cards are particularly good. Yeah, I'll just run this back. God, beating humans game 1 feels really good. That is a rough matchup at times. And being able to steal game 1 makes me a lot more hopeful for the match, because very similar to Hollow 1, the matches you lose against humans are the matches where they just nut draw you. They just go Vile into, like, Champ Lieutenant into Lieutenant, Phantasmal Image Lieutenant, and just smack you for, like, a jillion damage. Sounds easily keepable. You have Path into Displacer into, like, setting up this Settle. Nothing. Deal. What do they play on 2 here? It's a Kite Sail. Interesting. Guess I'm not pathing anything. Wow, we have a lot of Eldrazi Displacers. I think I'm fine just jamming one. If they have, like, a Reflector Mage or something, meh. We just start setting up for this Settle the Wreckage. Like, Reflector Mage attack me for 1 is okay. It's not great, because our hand is half Displacers. Mantis Rider, okay. Hit me for 4? It's worse, but now I get to untap with Path plus Displacer activation. We can technically settle them, like, once we hit 4 lands because of this Ghost Quarter. It's not great, but... I think I'm going to attack. I don't think they'll trade, and if they do, we just cast another Displacer. Obviously, I'm not blocking. I would love this trade. Is Bono considering it? I'd be surprised. Deal. I have nothing but Eldrazi Displacers in my entire hand. I will fucking play Eldrazi Displacers all day. I will take that trade. What is this? 3 mana for but a bunch of white? Big Thalia? Yeah. Big Thalia into Lieutenant's a little bit scary. Ooh, Fatal Push. Oh, right. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, I think we just pass here. We can just displace Thalia or something, try to set up for a Settle, or we can path if we need to. Or push. Let's see what the opponent does. Cracks Canopy. Deal. I think I'll probably end up just... I should have Path of Thalia and then played Ghost Quarter, I think. I kind of just forgot that Ghost Quarter makes your lands go untapped. This is a mage. That's not very good for me. This looks like a reflector mage. Yep. So the greedy line is, in response to this mage, I just tap down this Thalia and set up for Settle the Wreckaging my opponent next turn. If I get Kite Sailed, it's just a horrible disaster for me. I think I'm okay just pathing this Thalia. They'll probably alpha me next turn, and then we still get like a 3-for-1 on this Settle. Although I guess I can also just tap that thing down, right? I can just do both. Just to not take as much damage as possible. This Thalia's Lieutenant gets big, but then we path it. Or actually, probably just push it. This is non-basic, so if I Ghost Quarter myself, it still comes in untapped. Pass the turn. We can't actually cast anything anyway, even if we wanted to. Besides Path, obviously. Alright. Ghost Quarter this Ghost Quarter. I want my Temples in play because of my Displacer. Ding, ding, ding. They could have Resto to save one of their guys. But then we still have... Oh, they just... Yeah, they don't have anything. Sweet. Their follow-up. Meddling Mage, name Eldrazi Displacer. Yep. We'll path it, play Displacer, I guess. Yep. Name Eldrazi Displacer. By Ultra. Could just play Souls. Eh. Yeah, I think we just path this, play Displacer. It'd be better if we had drawn a land, because then we could actually leave a blink or play a second Displacer or something, but getting Displacer into play when my opponent is down to so little resources, we're probably just fine. Yeah, opponent just concedes. Sweet! Bested Humans. Bested Humans in 2 games as well. Feels good. Now we're on the final boss, though. We're 4-0. And this is when you start to sweat. The sweat is at 4-0 or 2-2 is when I dread match 5. When you're 3-1, I talked about this maybe a couple days ago on stream. When you're 3-1, it's like, oh, I win, I get some chest, and it's really cool. I lose, I still get my money back, and I get the pity chest. At 4-0, you're nervous because you want a trophy, and at 2-2, you're nervous because you might not get your money back. This is the I want a trophy, especially because we're almost to the end of the leagues. We could stack up our 4th trophy. I think I've got a trophy with mono white and 2 trophies with black white this league season. Good matchup. Let's go. Final boss. Jay-Z. Or Jays, I don't know. Doesn't look very emphasized either way. We'll keep this. I'm more prone to like judging my hands because I'm nervous that we're gonna die. But this hand's fine. We're gonna die to like stupid stuff like Storm or something, but I guess we are on the draw. Makes this hand a little bit worse. Ooh. Blue-white. Alright, not a great matchup, but a great matchup for having a bunch of Aether Vials in my hand. If they have D-Sphere, it could be bad. Hopefully they're on Jeskai, so they don't D-Sphere all my stuff. But even Blue-white usually plays like 1 to 0 Detention Spheres. This is not exactly the final boss that I would have hoped for. I would have hoped for, like, Burn or Storm or Adnaz. Ooh, so it is Jeskai. Thalia. I don't want to play Thalia here. My opponent could just have a Bolt or a Logic Knot or whatever it's called. We're just going to play another Aether Vial. Double Ghost Card is also good against a bunch of stupid Colonnades. So now we get to set up with this Thalia. My opponent fetches probably like Steam Vents. Sacred Foundry. Could have like a Gideon or something. I don't know. Maybe they just have like a Sulfur Falls in hand or something that they don't really need the... Yeah, they want a bunch of blue for Cryptics and such. Take this file up to 2 and 1. Should be auto-yielding these. Alright, tap land's nice. I'm going to Violin this Thalia on my opponent's upkeep here, so they can't just, like, Jace me or something. If they want to kill the Thalia, they have to use mana on, like, their own turn now. And if they use mana to kill it, then we're more likely to be able to resolve this Thought-Knot Seer. Wouldn't be surprised if my opponent has Logic Knot in hand. They went Colonnade into, like, Fetch Land Pass, which means they could Logic Knot me for 1 if I had played a 2-drop on turn 2. But because I played the second Vial, they couldn't Logic Knot, because they can only Logic Knot X equals 1. The issue is that they can actually bolt this and Logic Knot, Thought Knot, or something like that. The Helix say the shields are down, though. Ooh, Electrolyze, deal. %, slamming down this Thought Knot Seer now. Trying a lot of Ghost Quarters. Could actually be useful. I could almost take them off of for red. Be really good if we drew a Leonin Arbiter that turn. But yeah, Thought Knot's good enough. What do they have here? Alright. TMS, Helix, Logic Knot, Path, Search for Azcanta. So if I take this Path, and then they, like, Jace bounce the Thought Knot, they still... I can just Violin Displacer and kill the Jace. I think it's just the Path. The Helix kills my Displacer, but the Path just kills my Thought Knot this turn. They did have the Logic Knot, interestingly enough. We just snipe the Path. Could wait. If they can't answer the Thought Knot this turn, we'll have, like, Displacer plus Thought Knot for the future. The worst case would be Jace minus on Thought Knot and have, like, untap land for Bolt. Search for Azcanta, deal. Flooded Strand, they drew. So I know their entire hand. Which means I don't want to Violin Displacer because they still have this Helix. Man, if we draw Leonin Arbiter, we are in business. Thalia's not bad either, though. So interestingly, if they crack this fetch on the end of my turn, I could Violent Thalia in response to the fetch, and then Violent Displacer and Blink the Thought-Knot to get the Helix out of their hand. But that plays really hard into like a Wrath effect, which I'm scared of. I think I'd just rather Violent Thalia. Try to get them to burn the Helix on it. And then in response, I can Violent Displacer, Blink the Thalia, and then set them back a ton. So another whole hand still. Let's see what they do with this search trigger. If they don't mill it. If they like Jace, bounce the Thought-Knot, have Helix up, I can just Violent Thalia, then Displacer, kill the Jace. I don't really care about that. I think I just let them do whatever. Can't afford to take too long on my turns. This matchup takes a while. They Serum Visions, that's what they kept on top? Sure, that resolves. Bottom. Play Steam Vents. Steam Vents tapped. So now 3 of the 4 cards in the hand, they have a blind off of Serum Visions that they have in hand. Like, considering playing Jace here, they would get super punished if they like Jace minus on Thought-Knot. They would get absolutely demolished. Yeah, they decide against it. We're just going to put in Thalia here. If they fire up the Helix, we get them good. If they don't, then we just have 6 power in play. What is my opponent thinking about here? This Thalia, maybe? Thinking about Leonin Arbiter wouldn't do anything. They have 4 mana. They don't really care about an Arbiter. I guess the worst case is that they have Path here, and then I flash and Displacer, blink the Thought-Knot, but then they get to Helix my Displacer. But then I get to Thoughtseize like the Jace out of their hand, and then I still have Thought-Knot Thalia, and I get to animate this Vents, hit them for 8. They're basically on board wipe or die. That's like worst case. And like they top deck Verdict or something, but we still have this Vents to beat them up. They have a search for Escanta. Opponent is deep in the tank about this Vial activation. What you got, opponent? There we go. Thalia. That's it. That's all I want to do. Thinking about helixing this in like my upkeep or something. I would still get a second activation because I would have 6 lands, so I could just thought them in their draw step after I negate their helix. So that's fine. Opponent has this something as their mystery 4th card. For them to be thinking this much about like my upkeep and that end step vial activation and stuff. They're just like sitting on this path exile wondering what the best time to fire it off is. I guess if like they helix the Thalia, I Violent Displacer, blink the Thalia, they path the Thought-Knot, that's pretty bad for me. Then suddenly I'm worse against this Jace. Because I don't have the 6th land in play yet to have the double blink up. So if they save the Thalia, the shields are down on the Thought-Knot. And I wouldn't be able to attack for any damage this turn. They'd still be at 14. That'd be kind of bad for me. I don't think it's bad enough that I'm gonna play around it, though. My opponent only has 3 paths left in their deck. Electrolyze would be kind of annoying, I guess. No, because they can't electrolyze plus helix because it costs like 9,000 mana with a Thalia in play. What do you have, opponent? As happy as I am that they're burning their clock, because this matchup is so... It gets so clock intensive a lot of the time. Yaz, thanks for the 3-month resub. I appreciate your continued support for so long. Appreciate the good luck. We're 4-0 right now in Game 1 playing for our trophy. So it's some pretty high stakes. I'm gonna like tank on this file too. What you got? I'm gonna lurk a bit. Watching. Oh yeah, you're watching the GDQs. I'm missing like Cuphead, right? Did that already happen? I was kind of bummed, but I got to see like 4 Swords and Twin Snakes or whatever, Metal Gear. Cuphead just ended. Dang, I kind of wanted to watch that. I have like the schedule pulled up. So they're on a hat. Ooh, a Hat in Time. That was a. I never actually got to play a Hat in Time, but it looked pretty fun. I watched a streamer play it. And then Celeste after that. Same thing with Celeste is about a Hat in Time. I heard very good game. Never got to play it. My opponent is just like tanking on every little thing. I don't know, like they're having some internet issues or something. Don't know what happened with them. What's going on tomorrow with the Mexican runner? Super fun. Yeah, I should go. I'll go look at the VOD. Maybe I'll probably just go look at the VOD at work tomorrow or something while I'm sitting there doing nothing. Yeah, the Mexican runner is one of the only speedrunner names that I kind of actually recognize outside of the categories that I know. You got some Japanese Brailings. That's pretty sweet. Especially because your opponent will have no idea what it does. Because it's got like 4 activated abilities on it, and they look at it, it's like, I don't know what this card does. So then you tell them it has gains like First Strike and Death Touch and Lifelink. But don't do that. I don't advocate doing that. What speedruns do I normally watch? I watch Mario speedruns a lot. Who are this? I watched Raisefire for the longest time, who speedran Super Mario Sunshine for like a million years, just because he was up at like he always streamed super late into the night, which used to be my schedule. But nowadays I have a normal work schedule, so I don't get to watch him as much because he streams at like 10 p.m. through like 3 a.m. I watch like Carl Sagan, Grand Pooh Bear, although Carl doesn't really a speedrunner more than he's just like a Mario player. What other speedruns have I seen? Goes along with the Japanese GTA with a million unreadable abilities. Yeah, Raze is great. I love I love the raise emotes. Raise emotes are so good. Around 64 poorly at Mario's fun. There are like so many Mario games too. Raise emotes are so good. There's so many people that sub to Raise exclusively for the emotes. Like they don't even watch the content. They'll just come in and their sub message will be like, "I never actually watch you, but your emotes are great. Keep it up," or whatever. Is there anything happening tomorrow? Ooh, Paper Mario speedrun? I'm gonna miss that. I'm at work. What's tomorrow afternoon? Oh, that's Mario. Mitch Flower Power, Grand Pooh Bear, and an All Forts race. There should be Mario Maker. Is that on Friday though? Or no, did I just miss it? Oh no, it might have been Saturday. Might have been much later. Yeah, Super Mario Maker with Carl Sagan and Grand Pooh Bear and stuff is on Saturday, which means I could probably watch it if I don't forget about it by then. I don't know where my opponent went. They really need their time. This is game 1. They really need their clock for this matchup, but I'm fine with sitting here. If this is how I get my 5-0, this is how I get my 5-0. Kind of rough nuts on the couch for the Star Wars games. Neat. I need to watch GDQs more. Being exposed to, like, there are a lot of speedruns which are just, like, super interesting, but it requires you actually seeing the speedrun for the first time to be like, wow, this is like nuts. Some of the shit they do. Like, what was it? I watched the Resident Evil 4 speedrun on Sunday? Was that Sunday? I think it was. And just there's like so many like abuses of AI and like glitches where you can just glitch off the map into like walls and stuff. And just like the ability for these people to find that stuff. There are people that are just dedicated to like, all right, how can we like get past this cutscene easier? Can we like clip through any walls or all of this stuff? Speedrunning community is really neat in a lot of in a lot of different regards. I don't know if I'm like good enough or patient enough to actually like speedrun things though. I'll stick with Magic. I don't know where my opponent went. Opponent is somewhere else. We'll just hang out, you know, talk about SGDQ. Talk about how my opponent has 11 minutes left on their clock and it's game 1. Oh yeah, it's the old games like Ocarina of Time. The stuff that they do, they skip like so much. Like what? There's like 64. How many stars is it? Like 6 stars or something? 10 stars is like they like backwards crouch jump up the stairs to Bowser's castle or whatever. All that crazy stuff. Ocarina of Time where they just like, is it like back hop is the fastest or like side hop or something? Whatever. 0 star? Yeah, exactly. There's so much just like dumb stuff. The old games are just so breakable because they weren't that obviously the testing was a lot less rigorous back then. There's so many places you can like jump out of bounds or get past the walls that they put in the game that you shouldn't be able to skip through certain sections. All right, my opponent has officially lost connection to the game. The plan is then for just to have lost connection this whole time, and then we get our super anticlimactic 5-0. The fastest is holding outside neutral on the joystick to lock your speed in place, and then rolling and sliding backwards. Yeah, exactly. The incomplex, just like the whole rest of the game. The OOT stuff is sweet. Just all the old games. Although I do enjoy like kind of the juxtaposition of new games versus old games in the sense of there are new games that like are very hard to glitch. You can't really skip a lot, and it's all about precision, and they just have a lot of the stuff down to a science of you do this, you do X, then you do Y, and then you do Z, and they can just execute it perfectly. Versus the old games that you just see, alright, so we're just gonna like jump through the wall here and just teleport to the end of this stage, and just it's really cool to see how different speedruns can be. It's not always just like, alright, we're gonna do this as efficiently as possible and we're gonna just run through the whole game, fight all the bosses and stuff. It's a very neat and interesting field, just based on all this stuff, especially with just obscure games I've never heard of. You just watch random, but stuff like Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword. It's going on at 2 a.m. I guess it already happened. Is this? Yeah, this is Wednesday, 2 a.m. Yeah, but it's a 5-hour, 15-minute long speed run, so there's not a lot you're skipping there. It's just about playing the game really fast. All right, my opponent's back. They're down to 8 minutes on their clock. And I don't think they're winning game 1. I've kind of forgot what I was doing. I'm just going to attack them for 6, play land pass, I guess. Any percent is 5 hours, yeah. And then there's some games it's like the any percent is just like 2 minutes. Some nonsense. Alright, so we will not take up this file either. We drew a land, or, yeah, we drew a land. Am I stuck in the beginning of combat now? Come on, opponent. You only have 8 minutes left. Are you gonna wave around the shark again?
Do you have to ask
Punch.
every time?
Yes, I do.
Can't you just be shocked by it?
Nope. So my opponent lightning tries to lightning helix Thalia. So now we violin displacer. Displace the Thalia. Hit them for 4. And then displace the Thought on their draw step so they don't get board wiped. Worse against Path. Better against, like, way better against stuff like Supreme Verdict. They don't have Helix in their hand anymore. Let them draw, then attempt to blink Thought Not Seer. They have like a bolt they can kill. They can always kill this Displacer if they wanted to, so I don't really care that much. They drew Path, it's a little bit annoying. But they're... yeah, Bolt's fine, because I would have never been able to protect Displacer regardless. So now we get to let them draw a card. And then if they draw like a Snap, it's a little annoying, because they get like Snap Bolt after that. They just have lands. Sweet. Now we just take their Jace. And they are extremely dead, because they're just going to 2 here. Did I know that the max speed of a shark is 31 miles per hour? Oh god. Were you throwing it at 31 miles per hour or less? Because it's as fast as it can go. Don't throw it. Don't do it. Give me a second. I'm about to beat this person. My opponent can't animate this. This is 5 mana. They need... yeah. Oh, yeah, and I just have 3 Ghost Corners in play. Did you know that sharks actually maintain... oh, you're not... alright, hang on. Are you listing a shark fact? I was going to list one off. The basking shark is one of the few species that lives in temperate latitudes north and south of the equator, but not between those 2 zones of the tropics. Neat. Sharks, what was the fact I was going to list off? Sharks maintain a higher body temperature than the surrounding water, so they can travel faster than their prey. they do? They mill to negate, flip their Azcanta, because they're dead to like board wipe. I can just kill them with this Vents. They're not gonna win. I guess Snap Helix keeps them alive? No, they can't even Snap Helix me. Their Scalding Tarns can't do anything. They don't have enough mana for Snap Helix. They find a Bolt. Sure. You're dead. You're dead, opponent. Cool. My opponent is down a game and has 6 minutes on their clock. So, feeling pretty good. Now we bring in Gonti, Bitter Blossom, Gideon, Lingering Souls. Opponent's just untraditional Jeskai, right? We can... Push is just better than Path, I think? Because Push can kill Colonnades just like Path can, punches through Snapcasters, doesn't give them the extra land ever. Alright, Shark, what do you think we should sideboard here? It's usually, I think, I cut like 2 Stranglers, 2 Paths. I can see just bringing in Pushes instead of Paths, because they're probably almost identical. Sometimes they, I've seen, what is it? Lyra / Baneslayer Angel. So I guess the downside's probably, I think we just keep in Paths. Baneslayer is kind of a bummer. I don't think the downside's like that big. Our deck is pretty well suited for this matchup regardless. This matchup's not too bad. Without Vial, it does get a lot worse. Opponent kept 7. They have 6 minutes. We'll keep this. We just have to play for the next 6 minutes to win the match. Visions, sure. Shambling Vent, Cave Sculler. Land Displacer, we just like play cards. They will very likely not be able to close 2 games with their severe connection issues. Ooh, never mind. We're just gonna play this Aether Vial instead. They could have Logic Knot here. So I'm actually gonna play the untapped land, though. Could like Aether Vial plus Shambling Vent is obviously the most optimal play, but I don't want to get Logic Knotted. Mana Leak. Alright. Guess that's a bummer. I should play Temple there, I'm dumb. Oh, I guess not necessarily. Because now I can play Scholar plus Shambling Vent instead of Displacer plus Shambling Vent, and I probably would rather lead with Scholar anyway. Ooh. Could just Thought Knot my opponent. But I want to clear the way against a possible Logic Knot or something. Or a Path. Yeah. If they Logic Knot me here. Or Mana Leak again, sure. Clears the path for this Thought Knot better, although they're getting to Cryptic Mana now. Maybe they just like slam a Jace. Try and close this game as fast as possible, yep. Wow, plussing in on me. Aggressive. There's no like Bolt to get around. While sharks do have eyelids, they do not blink, instead of relying on the surrounding water to clean their eyes. Interesting. Alright, so my opponent brought in Stony Silence, because they're not a good Magic player. And they have Secure the Waste, which... sure, whatever. They have Stony Silence. They Mana Leaked my Aether Vial, really? I guess they had to have like drawn it recently. But Stony Silence is like really not great in this matchup. Yeah, if they're just going to keep bouncing this Thought Knot or whatever, I'm just going to keep Thought Knotting them. Ooh, Bitter Blossom. We get to Thought Knot into Bitter Blossom here. Snag that, Secure the Wastes. And probably better than snagging Bolt. They will get you enough mana to secure the wastes for a reasonable number eventually. I'm a sassy shark. Is that accurate? Probably fair. Opponent can bounce the Jace or bounce the Thought again if they want, but did they leave the card on top? No, they milled a Steam Vents. They're also face healing me. I'm not even sure I'm gonna like lose this match. Like, even without my opponent being 4 minutes on clock, I'm not 100% sure I'm going to lose. We have a Bitter Blossom in play, and we get this Displacer. This Jace is on 6, but we have like Shambling Vents and stuff to fight it. We just drew a Lingering Souls. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Can I Souls Displacer? I probably don't even want to do that for fear of a board wipe. I can just Souls plus Displacer. Oh, I can't Souls Displacer. I'm like a little bit off. Cool beans. We'll just murder my opponent with a bunch of good stuff, and they have 4 minutes on clock and would have to win a game 3. And we can just Ghost Court of the Azcanta next turn. Probably shoveled the Sony Silence away, I would imagine. They might like Wrath me here. So it looks like Supreme Verdict. Yep. Stony Silence is silly. Solid sideboarding. Stupid. just end it. Reasonable. Alright, so we kill this search. My opponent likely doesn't have this Stony anymore. Not like I really have to play around it anyway. I could flicker this Jace back down to 3, or I could just animate Shambling Vent, attack it for 2, or just attack their face for 2. I don't think most of my decisions matter here. There's literally no way they can even possibly win. They might not even be able to win this game in 3.5 minutes, let alone the game after this. White, black, colorless. We'll attack the Jace just in case they have like a counter for this Flicker Wisp. Oh, they might just kill it. Sure. Yeah, I don't really care. This Jace is not going to be me very soon. Face healing me, deal. Bitter Blossom. Path. Alright. Let's see if this Wisp resolves. It'll dictate where my Flicker Wisp is, or where my Fairy Rogue is going. If it resolves, we flicker the Jace, attack their face. If it doesn't resolve, we attack the Jace, obviously. Keep it under control. Cryptic? No, this is a Cryptic mana. This is... Nope. Blue. Counter tap. They're going all in on this Jace killing me. Which they have to have a lot of answers for these Fairy Rogues. Plus this Shambling Vent. I need to set a stop in my beginning of combat in case they Cryptic me again. Attack Jace. Alright. We have staved off the Jace beating. Face healing me, deal. Could animate Shambling Vents, don't really need to. Yeah, I have this beginning of combat stop in case they snap Cryptic tap my team. I can still animate Shambling Vents and go for the Jace. Or just this. Yeah. could have like a removal spell for this event. Yep. If they have like another snap, they can almost hold this Jace. Or if they have like a snap or another cryptic. Sure. But even then, they would have to have a snap or a cryptic and another removal spell for this shambling vent. Yeah, this is just snap cryptic, which means my events gets to punch this Jace still. Clearly, Stony was correct. I mean, he's gonna ult this Jace. Yeah, the Stony would be real good here. That's for sure. Oh, nice. They're gonna bounce my shambling vent. Didn't really think about that. They do ult this Jace then. But they have a minute 30 seconds left, so Wait a minute, I can just animate this shambling vent and path it. Never mind. Attack the Jace. No ult for you, opponent. Savage. That was a good line. I enjoyed that. We're not dead yet. I don't think we're winning this game anymore, but we're winning this match. My opponent has 1 minute left on their clock. What do you get? Animate Colonnade? Oh no, D-Sphere! We're definitely not winning this game anymore. If only I had a Path to Exile to protect my Fairy Rogues. But yeah, they can't win Game 3 in a literal minute. Yeah. Wow, they're just F6'd so much that they just let me... They just let me nab that path there. I mean, I guess they're on 46 seconds. They can't really afford to burn through their clock like they're doing right now. I will 100% block the Snapcaster Mage with my Fairy Rogue. I guess, yeah, with the Fairy Rogue. I don't think I'm winning this game. I think my Bear Blossom's gonna, yeah, kill me as they just bolt my face. Yeah, Bolt, Snap, Bolt. I go to 2. They take this game, but they have 19 seconds to win Game 3, which would be very impressive. Oh, they bounce their own Snapcaster? They have another Bolt? They do. Nice. Opponent found the line. Oh, can they kill me? Can they get to Game 3? Oh, no! They killed me with 0 seconds on their clock. I'll resubmit. I have to mark this down as 2-1 now. I would have marked it down as 2-1 anyway. And, yeah, I'll take the play. You know, we'll mulligan this hand. Looks like we win the match. We did it. Whew. We 5-0'd. Put this in the record books here. 8-3. Got the old 5-0 against, what was it? Hollow One, Humans, Tropical Fish, and Jeskai Control. Nice. It was a good run. I'm enjoying Eldrazi Taxes a lot. I think it's the better of the variants right now in terms of Death and Taxes. Having access to like Fatal Push and Strangler is so good against stuff like humans. I've not been winning recently with Taxes. I mean, I usually don't win very much with Taxes. I 3-2 pretty consistently on this stream, so we like win enough games, but not a whole lot. That just, yeah, does feel bad. Taxes definitely is not in the best position right now. I do think Eldrazi Taxes is a little bit better than Mono White right now. I'm gonna screenshot this because I like to tweet out when I 5-0 my leagues. Cool. What really came in clutch? Let's do some post match analysis. What was good this league in this deck? There wasn't anything that was huge, right? I mean, I know you came in in the back end, yes, but I guess it's mostly rhetorical. Just kind of talking, kind of chain of, or yeah, stream of thought. I'm like a rug tempo with Hooting Mandrels and Pyro. It's like the path my own sampling vent of decks. It was a pretty sweet play. We did end up dying. I didn't think we were going to win that game, but I wanted to just draw the game out a little longer. My opponent was just not going to win on when they had those really bad connection issues. Shit happens. So I don't think anything like particularly stuck out at me as like a great card. Lingering Souls didn't. Did I like not flashback a Lingering Souls? I think I had one in my graveyard game 2 that I never played again. Right? There was like 100% of souls in my graveyard during game 2. Yeah, because I got Supreme Verdicted. And then I just like didn't flashback the Lingering Souls ever, right? Oops. Oh well, whatever. Might have been a little bit better off against that. No, I think I'm still getting like burned out that game with Lingering Souls. With like 2 spirits in play for like most of that game anyway. Maybe not. Well, I'm bad. I was mostly on the plan of my opponent's never going to make it to game 3 anyway, so it didn't matter hugely. But I do forget about my Lingering Souls a lot because I tend to not really look at my graveyard. It's like it's shrunken down off in that corner, and I never really open it up. I'm mostly looking at my opponent's graveyard if they're a Snapcaster deck or some sort of other graveyard deck. I need to get better at noticing my own Lingering Souls. I'm also just not an experienced Lingering Souls caster. So sometimes I just kind of forget it's in the yard. Alright, but yeah, we just played against like a bunch of grindy decks, right? I guess Hume as a Hall one aren't exactly grindy, but I boarded in Gonti 4 out of 5 of my matches. I boarded in Settle the Wreckage 4 out of 5 of my matches. I boarded in Fatal Push 4 out of 5 of them as well. Yeah. Boarded in the Souls probably 3 out of 5 against Hollow One and Jessica, I think. Yeah, nothing really shined as like the best card. Like, oh, we just savage people. I mean, Wasteland Strangler was insane against Hollow One. It was insane against Merfolk. Not very good against Jessica, but just we drew the right bits of our deck, and that's kind of a key thing about these Death and Taxes decks in Modern. Is that sometimes you just kind of draw the bad half of your deck. Against humans, game 1, we drew 1 Leonin Arbiter and no Thalias. And we drew like a bunch of Path to Exiles and Eldrazi Displacers and stuff. And that's what you want to be doing. The issue is that sometimes your opening hand is like, oh, I have Thalia, Arbiter, Flicker Wisp, Aether Vial or something. This hand's great. And then you play against turn 1 Champion of the Parish, turn 2 Thalia's Lieutenant, and then like most of your cards don't matter. And that's kind of the big downside of playing a Death and Taxes deck in Modern. It's just your cards don't line up with your opponent. What your opponent's game plan was. Like I kept the hand in game 1 that ended up being against Jeskai, where it was like 3-land double vial displacer Thought Knot, and it's like if my opponent's on Storm or Infect or Human, or maybe not Humans, I might be able to live through Humans on a slower draw, but like a combo deck, like Storm, maybe even Adnaz, if I can't get to the Thought Knot very quickly, then we're probably just going to die. And that's kind of the issue with this deck that's trying to go in so many different directions. I mean, I'm talking shit about the deck that I just 5-wood with, but I mean, I'm just talking about taxes in Modern in general and kind of how I feel about it. That's why a deck like Humans is kind of better positioned than Taxes is right now, because Humans has this proactive game plan. Regardless of what your opponent's doing, you're just punching them in the face with big guys. And your metal mages aren't good. Well, it's still a 2/2 for 2 that gets pumped by your Thalia's Lieutenants and pumps your Champion of the Parish and stuff. Whereas Leonin Arbiter against Humans or Merfolk is just like, this is literally a Grizzly Bear with like almost no synergies outside of Path and Ghost Quarter, I guess. Anyway, that's kind of my rant about Modern Taxes decks. Anyhow, screenshot the list here. Alright. I'm going to go host someone as soon as I feel pretty similarly. I think the Displacer Rallier has the most cards that are just good in nearly every matchup. Yeah, I've never messed around with green-white taxes in Modern, but I can definitely see just having like mana dorks to kind of accelerate your game plan. The most busted starts are games where you like turn 3 Thought Knots and stuff. Although I guess, if you're playing Displacer in green, you might be able to play Thought Knot. But if you're playing like Noble into like turn 2 Thought Knot, but then you're sort of like a Bantle Drowsy deck at that point, except with like taxes instead of blue. But I get where you're coming from. The mana dorks make a lot of your stupid clunky cards a lot better. Like Flickerus is really bad sometimes if you don't have Displacers and Vials and stuff to abuse them. So these flexible cards like Displacer, save your guys to tap theirs, rally, let you trade aggressively. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I agree. There is just kind of an inherent problem with these taxes decks where you have... I'm going to pester you with a list for sure. Yeah, I'd be happy to take a look. At some point, I'll probably build into all of the stupid splash decks in Modern. I'll play blue-white, red-white, green-white taxes, but a little low on... You just throw the shark on the ground? How could you? I'm sure. Anyway, I'm sure I'll build all like the stupid taxes variants eventually. I'm kind of saving up my my chests. I have like I guess I have like 38 and 12 ticks. We're probably good enough, but I'm saving them up to like buy Brightlings when they come out because they'll probably be expensive because they're only in chests at Mythic rarity. So they'll probably start off at like 10 or 15 ticks. I need to buy 2 of them, and then I'll probably need to buy like a man. Do I own a Manriki Gusari or a Sword of Light and Shadow? I don't own a Manriki. I do not own a Sword of Light and Shadow either. So I need to buy a Sword of Light and Shadow and a Manriki if Stoneforge gets unbanned. I need to buy these Brightlings. I need to buy the Tormod's Crypt Spirit when it comes out. So I'm kind of stocking up on my funds. But eventually I'll build into like the red splash, the green splash, the blue splash, and play a bunch of nonsense Death and Taxes decks on stream. Since I'm a sucker for Thalias. Anyhow, we're going to host someone. Death and Taxes is a Modern that isn't me. Alright, we're hosting this guy. I think I've hosted Doug EA Fresh before. He's playing... Looks like Eldrazi Taxes, but it's got like Bob and Revoker and Resto and Mirren Crusader and Planesplacer. What is it? I don't know what my opponent's doing. Or not my opponent. I don't know what this person is doing with their black-white taxes deck of some sort, but I'd love to support people casting Thalias in any format. So, anyhow, thank you all for... Did you drop the shark again in the middle of my ending? Alright, come on, shark, you need to come here with me for the end of stream spiel. Thank you all for watching. I hope you had a good time. We managed to 5-0 today, so it was a good day. We took down the good decks. We beat up Hollow One, we beat up Jeskai, we beat up Humans. Really, we stuck it to them. if you want to see more content, you want to watch more Death and Taxes of all shapes and sizes, feel free to hit the follow button. It costs you totally nothing and lets you know when I'm going live, helps you find my content, helps other people find my content as well. If you really want to show your support, you can subscribe or donate. Subscriptions get you the sweet Thalia emote that Yaz is showing off in chat, sits in the sideboard and stuff. Donations, I'd be more than happy to play Death and Taxes decks that you want to see on stream if you want to see a certain card or a certain color splash, like I was just talking about with Yaz. Love to play Death and Taxes variants if I can manage to have all the cards for it. Obviously, can't build into these color splashes quite yet. Not like I'm sponsored by whatever MTGO companies that card hoarder or whatever that loan these people cards. We're just kind of playing out of pocket. We're playing for fun, but I love to play Death and Taxes decks. So if you want to see something on stream, just hit me up. Let me know what you want to see. Anyhow, we're gonna go host Doug EA Fresh. I think I've hosted this person like once or twice before, but gotta host people playing Death and Taxes that aren't just me. So thank you all for watching. I will see you all probably Friday. I usually don't stream on Thursdays anymore since the semi-recent schedule changed. So maybe tomorrow, but probably Friday. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you later.